The problem for any historian in trying to reconstruct the life of Jesus is simply that we don't have sources that come from the actual time of Jesus himself.
The historian's task in understanding Jesus and the Jesus movement and early Christianity is a lot like the archaeologist's task in excavating a tell. You peel back layer after layer after layer of interpretation. And what you always find is a plurality of Jesuses.
We can tell the story by looking at the way the earliest Christians themselves thought about Jesus, by the way they kept his memory alive, by the way that they told the story.
The Gospels claim Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Historians think it is more likely that he was born and grew up near the Sea of Galilee, in the village called Nazareth.
The Galilee, by most of the traditional accounts, is always portrayed as a kind of bucolic backwater. Peasants on the hillsides. And yet, our recent archaeological discoveries have shown this not to be the case. Nazareth stands less than 4 miles from a major urban center, Sepphoris. Sepphoris was founded as the capital of the Galilee, and so it was really invested, much like Caesarea Maritima, with all the trappings of Greek or Roman city life.
The findings really are requiring us completely to rethink Jesus' social economic setting, because we really had thought of Jesus as being really out in the hinterland, utterly removed from urban life, especially Roman-influenced urban life. What the excavations at Sepphoris suggest is that Jesus was quite proximate to a thriving and sophisticated urban environment that would have brought with it all of the diversity of the Roman Empire, and would have required, just to get on, as the price of doing business, a level of sophistication that one would not have thought characteristic of Jesus, the humble carpenter. I'm not entirely convinced that we could characterize Jesus as a peasant. I think that probably miscasts Jesus, especially in view of the more recent discoveries at Sepphoris and elsewhere.
Despite its Greek and Roman influences, Sepphoris was a thoroughly Jewish city, and Jesus remained faithful to his religious heritage when he left Nazareth to become a preacher.
What we learn from the gospel stories is not that Jesus was not Jewish. Quite the opposite. He's completely embedded in the Judaism of his time.
Was Jesus a Jew? Of course Jesus was a Jew. He was born of a Jewish mother in Galilee, a Jewish part of the world. All of his friends, associates, colleagues, disciples, all of them were Jews. He regularly worshipped in Jewish communal worship, what we call synagogues. He preached from Jewish texts from the Bible. He celebrated the Jewish festivals. He was born, lived, died, taught as a Jew.